Hi, I'm Josh. Today we're here to talk about climbing shoes. There, as you can see, there's lots of different types of climbing shoes. Many styles, many companies that make them. So we're going to wear the advantages and drawbacks of different types of shoes. So we're going to start with a more basic pair. A nice flat sole to them, very stiff, lace up. These are great beginner shoes. Good for climbing routes because of the good solid platform. The fit is a little less painful than most climbing shoes. And with the thicker rubber that you have on them, they're going to last a lot longer. As you start progressing into more difficult routes and more difficult bouldering, you want to move to something a little more aggressive and a little bit more asymmetrical in the toe shape. If you notice the difference between the two, the yellow ones on the left have a much more asymmetrical toe shape, which allows you to place a lot more weight on your big toe. Again, they're a little bit downturned, so they're a little bit aggressive, so they work very well on overhangs. And these ones are Velcro, which are much better for bouldering, as opposed to lace-ups, just the ease of putting them on and off. So as we start to get into more advanced shoes, the aggressiveness of them very much increases. So this harsh downturn on both of these shoes works very well for on overhanging terrain, digging your toe in and actually getting leverage from your foot, even though you're, say, climbing on a roof or a cave. They also fit a great deal more tightly and conform to your foot, making them more of a rubber sock than the stiff platform of the beginner shoes. They have a lot more flex to them. And because the rubber's thinner, they do wear out a great deal faster. So you also have the option of slippers, which again, thinner, more aggressive shoes, a lot of flex to them, but ease of putting on and off. The downside to them is the wear. Thinner rubber means you're going to go through them faster, especially if your footwork is not as precise as you would like it to be. So, when you're going to buy your first set of climbing shoes, there's a few things you want to look for. One, you got to remember that most climbing shoes are going to stretch a little bit. So, especially if they're made out of leather, much like these ones, or these ones, and have no lining on the inside, they're going to stretch up to a size and a half. So you want to make sure to downsize them so that they're very snug when you buy them, but after you break them in, they're not too loose. If you end up buying your shoes too big, you have the same problem you'd have with running shoes being too big. You're not going to be able to get any purchase with your toes. They're going to slide, your feet are going to slide around in them. They're generally going to be useless for climbing. Also, on buying your first pair of shoes, there is no need to go out, spend $150, $200 on the most top-of-the-line shoe. To be honest, as your first pair of shoes, that's probably a very aggressive shoe with very thin rubber. You're probably going to wear through it very quickly. You're better to go in the lower end of the price range and find something a little bit thicker, a little bit plainer looking, but it's going to be able to take the abuse of learning to climb on it.